I was the bullied, nerdy kid in school. I always had trouble telling others what I wanted or what I felt. I come from a humble rural community in northern Mexico. While my dad worked really hard on the farm to provide us with food and clothes, my mom would spend time teaching me how to play rhythms with tree branches and plastic bottles. One night, my parents took me to a community concert. I saw the drummer behind the jazz orchestra and dreamed about becoming one. That Christmas, Mom got me a set of drums. My sister also attended piano classes in the meantime, and would often invite me to some. I was able to play around the piano and figure out patterns in notes. Some notes combinations sounded better than others. My life changed at 13 when I joined the stage management group at my middle school. At first, it seemed like the worst decision ever. It was mostly carrying heavy speakers and staying up late to produce plays. I wanted to quit. I had no friends and many would bully me. I had no sense of belonging. But one day, the school DJ told me that I was going to be the next one. I laughed, obviously, thinking he was playing with me. But no. The next few weeks, he taught me a little about his music production and software. Who would believe this? I literally had the worst outdated music taste in the school, but the DJ words inspired me. Someone believed in me for the first time. I started composing music on paper and reading music theory books. I would stay late after school to play the grand piano. My mom bought me my first laptop, and I began using the software he recommended. I released my first song with high expectations, but everyone laughed. That night, the DJ called me and said he knew that I was making a lot of progress, even at a faster rate than when he started. That year, I produced over 30 songs, recorded several people around my town, and even collaborated with someone from the other side of Mexico. Later, some French producers found about me and shared my work with everyone there. I realized that I could share my emotions with melodies. My chord progressions could narrate my life. I could convey complex thoughts and ideas through the structure of a song. I became someone in school. I would get very nervous when I started playing in concerts and dances, but I loved it. I saw the smiles of the people that danced to my music. That became my fuel, my passion. My last year of high school, I won a national chemistry competition in Mexico. It was one of the hardest things in my academic life, but music was there with me every second. It pushed me through my long, lonely nights of study. I moved to El Paso, Texas. It meant leaving everything behind. I could no longer work as a DJ due to student visa limitations, but I kept producing music. I worked on campus as a chemistry TA and saved some money to buy studio equipment. I was living the dream. My brother passed away due to a car accident while I was in my junior's year. I stopped making music that year. Life changed quickly. I left dozens of unfinished songs, some that I even started with him. As my family broke down through divorce and fights, I was on my own. Depression hit me hard. I never understood depression until that point in my life. Nothing would bring me joy. I visited school counselors, and everyone agreed on the same thing. I needed to go back to making music. Little by little, I returned to it. My songs had a different feeling, but still conserved some elements. Music pushed me on to continue with college and deal with depression. As my last year of college began, I realized that I had no internship experience. My friends were always bragging about their job offers and interviews. The only thing I could do was feel terrible about myself and my poor communication skills. I knew my stuff, but when it came to communicating to someone else, words would fail me. When Google came to recruit a few engineers to my school, I felt this old sense of anxiety and fear. Then, I thought about what I loved the most: music. It felt that just before jumping into a concert. I realized that if I could perform a concert successfully, even with this feeling, I could nail down the interview. And so I did. I shared my little experience on my music with the interviewers. After I got the offer through a phone call, my world changed. I knew I could do anything I wanted in life if I would put enough effort. Right after, I started up a new album to work during the internship. My first week of the internship was intimidating. I was there in a totally new city, alone, surrounded by very smart engineers, and all I could think of was, I am a total noob. Then I remember my music.
There is no past, there is no future, only now, only now, only now.
Hola papá, ¿cómo vas?
Muy bien, a gusto, disfrutando aquí de este bonito viaje.
I had brought my MIDI piano and my computer to the Bay Area. That February night, I composed several classical piano pieces. I usually save up my ideas on a Google Drive folder. When uploading the ideas, I stumbled upon an old folder with long forgotten songs from my high school year. I remember who I was, what I've done before. My songs, they were with me in the lonely times of the competitions. Music was deeply rooted in my heart and transcended through different parts of my life. It bridged the gap every time. I shared my music with my manager and my team. They loved it. My Airbnb host, also a Googler, found out about my album. We spent long nights discussing life and music. He showed me music from his native country, India, and we blend some of those traits with my new songs. Just before the COVID crisis, he took me to an electronic music in San Francisco. Music has created long life friendships for me. Music is the strongest form of magic we have. It can heal wounds. It can change the world. It is not to hear, but to feel. As Bob Marley put it best, one good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. No matter where you come from or what you've been through, music is a universal language.